The mistake was my fear. I was always worried about money, which I'd never in my whole career have ever had to worry about. But I was brought up to worry about it, even if you don't have to worry about it. And I guess that's what runs greed all over the world. No matter how much is enough, it's never enough, so let's keep worrying and worrying and worrying and making all kinds of mistakes because of it. And I certainly made mine. That was part of the mistake. The other part was I didn't pay attention to the material, because once you get yourself locked onto one need that you think you have, which was the security of the job, and having the job to go to every day, which I love, and the economic false security, because I wasn't in trouble, I was doing fine. I ignored the fact that there was a woman in a cage being tortured. I thought, well, this is just the pilot. You can't do that every show, for God's sake. How long would that be interesting? Yet it remained interesting for now, I think, 7 or 8 years they're into. And the way I work is I infuse my own reality underneath what I'm saying. There are actors, if you read Rosemary Tischler's book about actors in interviews, it's extraordinary. I read some of these interviews about how actors like Claire, I don't know what Claire's process is, but other people, they just believe so thoroughly. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm saying in these scenes if you just say to believe. I don't. I tried. I don't. It doesn't work for me. So I have to find my own story to live underneath it that absolutely matches and connects to what the words that the writer wrote, that mirror it, that metaphor it, that work for me, that connect me to it. And in the case of Criminal Minds, and these horrific misogynistic tales told over and over again, and the torture of women and children, where I had to go mentally were beyond darkness, to be there 16 hours a day, to stay alive and connect. And I don't care whether I'm playing Hamlet or Gideon in Criminal Minds, I go about it the same way. And 16 hours a day, 9.5 months a year, was destroying my heart and soul. It was very, very destructive to me and made me very sad. And there were scripts that came to me that I voiced disapproval of. I spoke to the studio, the network. I couldn't believe that certain people would accept that this would go out there. And I began to feel ill about being a part of a world, now it is a world bedtime story, which the last thing that people watch before they go to bed. And it's married to fear, in fairness to it, and part of the theory of the success of these shows, in my opinion, and in some great psychologists' opinions, is the fear factor. And part of why I think people might remain addicted to it is there is a theory that if you there but for the grace of God go I. So if you drink your cup of fear every day, it won't happen to you. Well, maybe true, but I can't participate in it anymore. And as it turns out, good luck, Mandy, because the first 2 years, there's 48 episodes, and they're rerunning them all over the world nonstop. Yes, I get paid for it. I'm glad I got the money. I'm not going to lie about it, but I'm not proud of it. And I needed to leave to save my life.
Wow.
And I want to just add, most importantly, that's how I feel. I have good friends in that show, and I meet people all over the world who love that show. And I'm not here to tell them that they're wrong for how they feel. It's how I feel. It's how it affects me. And it's a private matter for me, and everybody's entitled to their own experience.